Hello and welcome to the workout. We've got legs, shoulders, and abs today. You are going to need a circular hip band, a set of dumbbells. You're definitely going to need a heavier dumbbell because we've got a sumo squat coming up. And because of the shoulders, you're going to want light or moderate dumbbells to complement for your upper body and a circular hip band so that we can hit those legs. We're going to be working in supersets today. Your job is to find weight loads where the last 2 repetitions of each set are actually really challenging for you. One second, we got some competition back here. Give me 1 second. There we go. So find a weight load where the last 2 repetitions of every single set is actually hard for you. You're going to be doing a total of 2 sets of each superset. The superset is 2 exercises put together back to back with no rest in between. And then after those 2 exercises, you're going to take a short little rest before we do the next superset. Let's get it started. Take your feet separated and let's take a big inhale up, reaching up, up, okay? Exhale it out and let's do that again. Big inhale up, reach up, reach up, reach up, reach up. Exhale it out one more time and we're going to stay with our hands up over our head. Stay here, big inhale, exhale, relax. And now on go, I want you to actively reach up as high as you possibly can. Reach, 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 reach. Lengthen the space between your rib cage and your hip bone. Make that space as long as you possibly can. It's going to activate your transverse abdominis to activate those core muscles, really draw that tummy in. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, bring your hands back behind your head, clasping your fingers together. I want you to open your elbows, press them back, open up your chest forward, really pushing your chest forward, drawing your shoulder blades together, lifting your chin slightly. And relax it out. Take your feet separated. We're going to come into some spinal rotation. You want to really consciously activate the glute on the side that you're turning away from. So, left glute, right glute. Really activate the glute as you turn away because it creates a very important foundation so that you can rotate your spine around. Just let your arms go where they want to go. The whole goal here is just to release any stickiness in your spine or your pelvis. It starts to fire up the core. It just feels good. We're going to go through a few exercises here just to get you prepared for the workout, and then we'll jump into the formal workout. And one more. And relax. Bring your feet together directly under your hips. Take a look down, set your feet, bend your knees so that you're lowering your center of gravity. And I want you to bring your weight over to your right leg. Find your balance. Keep that knee soft. The leg that you are standing on, make sure that you keep that knee nice and soft. If your balance is stable, I want you to look around your space. Look around your space and intentionally throw your balance off. Okay, so using your gaze, using your vision to try to destabilize yourself. Use your hands to counterbalance. I realize I make it look kind of easy, but if I were to really look all around, I would totally destabilize. And that's the idea. Move your chin, move your eyeballs, look all around your space so that you have to try to stabilize yourself by losing your balance. That's the whole idea. Incredible exercise for the feet, the ankles, the lower legs, glute medius, stability, all of these things. One of the best exercises you can be doing every day. If you want to take it to the next level, you'll practice this every day without shoes. And relax. Switch feet, both feet together, lower your center of gravity, bring your weight over to your left leg, hold and stabilize. Find your balance. You're going to notice one leg is better than the other. And as before, if it's super stable, I want you to start to look around and intentionally throw your balance off. You're going to feel your hip, potentially your thigh, and your lower legs start to warm up and fire up. That's exactly what we want. So if your foot and your lower leg starts to kind of burn and really get fatigued, that is a sign that you need to be doing this exercise every single day. You should be able to stabilize yourself to some degree so that you've got the strength in that lower leg and relax it out. Let's take our feet separated. Take a look down. Make sure your feet are truly parallel to each other. Super, super important. Bend your knees. Pop your hips back. Right here, you should feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Have a slight little bit of arch in your lower back, and we're going to come side to side. Really push your hips back and sit deeply. As your flexibility opens up and feels better, you can sit a bit more deeply, but please take a look down and make sure that your feet are truly staying parallel to each other. Make sure you're staying heavy under your heels. Really push your hips back. Make the movement bigger as you begin to get warmed into the exercise. And then let's take it super deep, reaching your hand all the way across the toe, sitting very deeply into the leg that's bending. You want to be heavy on the heel, here, on the heel, here. Press your hips back, sitting very deeply. No pressure on the toes. Bringing the heart rate up. My backup dancer is here. Jonah, you can come over here if you want to be on camera. Okay, I have a backup dancer off camera, you guys. Yeah, you need a mat. And relax, bring your feet together. And I want you to take your arms up over your head just like we did in the beginning. I want you to very actively reach up. And now take a step back, push into that front leg, and switch. We're going to alternate reverse lunges to get the heart rate up, to activate the glutes and the quads. Promise me you're reaching up here. Super, super important. Reach up. So you're going to feel the muscles in your core really fire up right there if you do it right. Big reach. Feel your heart rate coming up a little bit. You can do it faster or slower if you want. Big reach. We're going to turn this into the world's greatest stretch. Follow along. You're going to step back, come into a full lunge, scoot forward, turn towards the leg that's in front. If your right leg is in front, turn to your right. Back hand to the foot, reach for the sky, pause for 2 to 3 seconds. And release, step forward, step back, other leg, full lunge, scoop up, turn towards the leg that's in front, big reach. We're gonna do this 3 times on each leg. And step forward, step back, scoop up, turn towards the leg in front, hand to the back. Good job. Big reach. 2 to 3 seconds and enjoy it. My favorite stretch, the world's greatest stretch. And again, other side, 3 on each side. Reverse, keep that back toe tucked. That's a big part of this stretch here because it really allows you to contract your core muscle to bring your hand to that back heel. It's actually pretty important to bring your hand to the back heel because that's going to require an extension from your spine to get here. So if you're struggling to get your fingertips to your toes, I want you to work, towards your heel. I want you to work on that. Relax and switch sides. Scoop up. Now, contract and reach back. And that's gonna, yes. Now you gotta use your upper body to contract into that. There you go, good job. Good. It's a spinal flexion action here. And relax, we've got one more on the other side. Really important for those of you guys that are here with us to activate here. It's full spinal extension so that your hand just releases back to that heel. Super important. It's good, right? And relax and come up. As soon as you come up, I want you to lift your knees 5, 6, 7 times. And we're going to get into the workout. Just to repeat, you need a circular hip band, some dumbbells, maybe light and medium dumbbells, because we are going to be doing a couple of leg exercises where you'll want some heavier dumbbells. But then also for shoulders, depending on your fitness level, you might want lighter or moderate weight dumbbells. Let's get it started. First 2 exercises, grab your circular hip band. We're going to be doing a lateral band step with the hip band, and we're going to be doing an Arnold press. Let me show you the Arnold press. If you want to get out ahead of me and move a bit faster, please go ahead. Remember, your job is to find the weight load where 12 repetitions are hard. Your Arnold press is here. Palms are facing you, rotating those palms up over your head. Palms facing you, palms overhead for 12. Follow? Let's get it started. You've got your circular hip band on, and we're going to do lateral band stepping, 12 steps in one direction, 12 steps back. Feet together, bend your knees, hips back, no dumbbells for this. Step out with the heel. Big reach. You got 12 steps here. Sit nice and deep. Nice and deep. We're going to converge. Off camera. There she is. Here's my backup dancer is joining us today. And reverse directions. Good job. Sit nice and deep. Push your hips back. Bend your knees. Official Women's Strength Nation backup dancer. Big steps. Sit your hips back. Sit nice and deep. 12 steps. You can leave your band on. Grab your dumbbells. We've got Arnold press. Feet are hip width distance apart. So my backup dancer just asked, press up over your head and bring those palms down towards you. Over your head. So Jill asked, did a man named Arnold invent these? And for those of you guys who don't know, this is called the Arnold press. Arnold Schwarzenegger created and coined this exercise in the 70s when he came to America and was so famous for his physique. He really brought forward the importance of deltoids in bodybuilders. And this is a great way to really hit your deltoids and your front deltoids, your anterior deltoids. And so it became such a beloved exercise that we coined it the Arnold press. It's a Jeopardy question, apparently. Short little break. We're going to go in and do these same two exercises again. Now, remember, if you're new to my workout, if you're watching this in playback, your job is to find weight loads where the last 2 repetitions of every set are hard. So if you get to those last 2 reps, 12 reps, and you're like, that Holly Perkins workout is too easy, that is on you, my friend, because I can crush you with 10 repetitions if I give you the right weight load. So make sure you're challenging yourself with the resistance of your band. Make sure you're challenging yourself with your dumbbells. I want you to have to fight for reps 11 and 12. Are you ready? Let's go for our second set. Lateral band steps, feet together. These are called the Holly steps. Bend your knees, push your hips back. Make sure you've got an arch in your lower back. Nice big step. Step with your whole leg. Don't just step with your lower leg. Step with your whole leg so that it really is activating that glute medius, those important hip muscles. 12 steps and reverse. Sit nice and deep. Sit deeper. Get that booty down. Stick that booty back. Step out with your whole heel. Step out with your whole leg. Big step. Push those hips back. 12 reps. You should be burning and relax. Arnold press, going right into it. So on those lateral band steps, your whole leg really should be on fire. Palms facing you, palms over, facing away, forward and away. Draw your tummy in, straight up. Good. So I like to think of it this way: end of the dumbbells, reverse end of the dumbbells, end to end. And those elbows are not coming all the way down here. Elbows stop short. You want to stop so that your dumbbells are right in front of your nose. Dumbbells in front of your nose. That's going to hit that anterior deltoid. Big press. I love it. 12 reps. Once you get there, go ahead, drop those dumbbells. Unless you're going to do a third set right now, you could take your leave your hip band on. Next superset, let me show you, is going to incorporate your hip band around the knees. Keep it on. Let me show you the next two exercises. You can stabilize using a wall or chair if you need to, feet together, knees bent. We're going to do a hip kickback, hip extension. Thank you. Here, bring it here. Thank you, assistant. Hip extension, okay. Second exercise, thank you. We're going into a bent arm side raise. Bent arm side raise, okay. 12 reps, moderate weight dumbbells. Are you guys ready? Let's do that hip extension, glute kickback first. Like I said, if you want to use a chair to hold on to, totally cool. Or if you can stabilize in the middle of the room, do it. Knees bent. Kick back and pause to squeeze those glutes. Squeeze your glute. Now, a secret to this exercise is that you don't want the angle of your lower back to change. So you want to lock your abs in, holding your lower back in place so this doesn't change. This also doesn't rotate. Okay, you know your glutes are weak if you have to do this. You'll know your glutes are weak. You should be able to move just that leg. No change in the lower back. Same thing on the other side. Remember, 12 reps each side. Switch legs. Give me a pause here. Squeeze those glutes. Pause. Good job, Jill. Squeeze. Yes. Squeeze. Really activate when you're here. That pause at the top, that pause right here is what really improves and lengthens that time under tension, and that's where you get so much of this exercise. 12 reps, and then we go right into that bent arm side raise. One more. You ready? Grab those dumbbells. Light to moderate dumbbells here. Shoulders back and down. So important. Shoulders back and down. Shoulders back and down. 90 degrees at your elbow. Don't change that angle. Bring your elbows up so they are just outside your shoulders and down. If you've got a lighter set of dumbbells, pause. You want to lift your elbows slightly above your shoulders, just slightly, but you've got to keep a 90-degree angle at the elbow. So from this front position, if you were looking in front of a mirror, your hands would be covering up your elbows, just like that. Good job. Good job. Okay. Pump those elbows up, 12 reps. 2 more. And let's go into our set. Actually, take a short little break, dumbbells down, short little break. Then we're going to go into our second set of glute kickback. Now listen, if you're like, I don't need that break, you need heavier weight loads. I need you to need the break. So if you're like, this is good, I'm going to go right into my next set. That means you're not working hard enough in the set. It's important that you're using a hard enough resistance here, heavy enough dumbbells that you're like, I need at least 10 or 15 seconds before I go into my second set. Ready? Let's go for that second set. Hip extension, glute kickback, soften the knees, keep your knees bent, super important. Little arch in your lower back, lock in the tummy, and extend it back, okay? Give me a pause and really squeeze your glutes right there. Yeah, extend. Tummy tight right there. Draw it in, really extend back through that heel. Notice that my moving leg, the knee is bent. I'm not locked off. That knee is not totally locked off. We want a slight bend in the knee because it's going to give you a bigger range of motion. It's also going to incorporate the hamstrings a little bit. So even though this is a glute kickback, we do want a little bit of hamstrings, that is. Switch on the other side. For those of you that are newer, if you're watching this in playback and you're new to my workout, come on over to my website, hollyperkins.com/free workout. Sign up and you can join us for one of these workouts live with all of my friends here in person and also off camera. Really extend. You can join the official Glute gang at hollyperkins.com/free workout. One more. Grab those dumbbells. Bent arm, side raise. Let me tell you a little secret about this exercise. Way back in the day, before I had good shoulders, I was not doing this exercise. This exercise I credit with really helping to develop my shoulders, really build that deltoid. This was the exercise that made the biggest difference. So if you're wanting to create that rounded shoulder, a really nice strong shoulder, you want to really work on your technique with this exercise, keeping that 90 degrees at the bottom, okay? 90 degrees at the bottom so that your deltoids are really having to do the work and that your biceps aren't doing much at all. 12 reps, pausing at the top to increase if you need to, if that weight's a little light. Oh, it feels good. Doesn't that feel good? Oh, so good. One more. Short break, walk it out. Get some water, turn up your music, tighten up your shoelaces. Go ahead and get rid of that circular hip band. We're going to go on to our third superset. I'm going to show it to you, and then we're going to do it together. You want a heavier dumbbell. We are doing Sumo Squat. This is meant to be a heavier exercise. So you're going to take your feet about shoulder width distance apart, toes turned open. Let your dumbbell hang down below. Hold on one second. Let your dumbbell hang down below here. And you're going to sit back and stand, okay? Sit back and stand. That is your Sumo Squat. Second exercise is a bent over rear deltoid fly. You're gonna need a slightly lighter dumbbell. Shoulders back, knees bent. We are here. Extending open for a rear delt fly. You'll definitely want slightly lighter weight loads for that second exercise, okay? Everybody ready? I got it. No worries, guys. Thanks, everyone. Having a little technology issue behind the scenes, but we're all good. Okay, you guys ready? Grab that heavier dumbbell. We got Sumo Squat. Grab a heavy one, okay? Toes are turned open. Perfect. Toes are turned open. Knees are open slightly. Hang that dumbbell below. You're going to sit down. That dumbbell can touch the floor, but it might not. If you've got long legs, like my long friend Jill, you might not be able to sit all the way till that dumbbell touches the ground, but I want you to try to. Get your booty back. Tap the ground. There you go. Long friend over here. Daddy long friend. Okay. Let that dumbbell touch the ground. Keep your chest up. Can you feel that in your glutes? Right? Feel that in that glute? Isn't it so good? Yeah. Heavier dumbbell works best here. 10, 15, 20, maybe even 25 or up, depending on your ability. 12 reps. One more. Now, I want you to grab lighter dumbbells. 5 pounds or less, unless you are advanced and you know your technique is good. Feet together, bend your knees, hips back, dumbbells in front of your knees, and we're gonna open those hands out to the side. Open those hands out to the side. Keep a slight bend at the elbow and just open up. Open it up, 12 repetitions. Good job. Shoulders back and down. Keeping that bend at the elbows. Doesn't that feel good? Oh, this is so good. This is another one of those exercises. It's going to make your arms look amazing. Okay, if you're a long friend, one more. Let's have you come over and show it. Come over here. Jill's going to join us. So stand next to me. So pull up your shirt. See where Jill's waist is compared to mine. We're the same exact height, but she's got such long legs that her hips are a good 2 to 4 inches higher than mine, even though we're the same exact height. Come over here to do your exercise. The reason why I share this is because so many people ask, well, how much weight should I use? Come back here, boo-boo. Right there, good job. We're going back to our Sumo Squat. Tall people, give her a shout out. Coming back to Sumo Squat. Grab your heavier dumbbell. Yeah, that works. That totally works. Toes are open and you're going to sit straight down. Now, my point in telling you this is because, good job, when you're tall or when you have longer legs, you can see from Jill here She's got to cover more distance than I do because her legs are longer. So for her to come into the full expression of this exercise and bring the dumbbell to the ground, it's a whole lot harder because she has to cover 2 to 4 inches more than me because her legs are longer, even though we're the same exact height. And that's important to know because you may have to adjust your weight loads or your exercises based on your height. One more. Grab your lighter dumbbells, and we're going to go into the reverse fly. The same applies here for her from the front. The same applies for her here because from here to here, if she has longer arms, which she does. Okay, wait. It doesn't work because I'm in front of you. Yeah, it doesn't work because of the scale. There you go. So if you've got longer legs and longer arms, it's going to make this harder because once again, her arms are longer than mine. She has to cover a greater distance as compared to me. That makes it harder on the muscle. This is basic physics. If you can remember physics from high school, 12 reps and relax it down. Thank you for that demonstration. So if you remember physics from high school, it's the lever length. Jill's lever is longer than mine, so she has to cover. This lever is longer here, making the weight load heavier. So even if we're both using 5 pounds, that's the equivalent of 8 pounds for her because she's got to cover a farther distance. So I explain this because you might be like, how come my friend can do a heavier weight load than I can? And it's so hard for me. Well, if your friend is 5'2", and has short legs, that friend is going to be able to perform more weight on their exercises. Short little break. Let me show you our 4th superset. We've got a split squat with a new ab exercise. If you have not done a split squat before, you're going to start with your feet together. Step back, get yourself into a comfy position here, and we're going to drop straight down and up with or without dumbbells. 12 on one leg, 12 on the other leg. Then you're going to grab a dumbbell, 5 to 8 pounds, separate your feet about hip distance, okay? Hold your dumbbell in your left hand at your side. No dumbbell, hand at the head, okay? From here, what you're going to do is you're going to come into a side bend, moving your dumbbell towards your knee, and then you're going to pull up to activate the abs. Dumbbell to knee, activate the abs. I want you to pretend there's a wall at your back so that you are staying nice and in line with your body and you're not coming forward or back here. Start with a moderate weight load, 5 to 8 pounds on this exercise. We'll do 12 on each side. You guys ready? Let's start with that split squat, with or without dumbbells. Take your feet together, bend your knees, step back. You're on the toe of that back foot, very important. Here we go, drop down and come up. Now, I love this exercise for so many reasons. Here's the deal. Technically, we are focused on the front leg. Really put your mental energy and love into powering the front leg. But that back leg is helping a little bit. That back leg is stabilizing you. Really try to keep your chest upright. Focus by pushing into that front heel. You can also hold your dumbbells at your sides or at your shoulders, depending on which feels better for you. 12 reps. And we're going to switch sides. Just step forward, knees bent. Same on the other side. Take a moment to really find your position here. Find a stable, comfy position before you begin. And here we go, straight down. Now, in a perfect world, that back knee, which is very gently, kiss the ground. Just a little baby kiss. Not really putting any pressure, but just being aware of where the ground is. If you do that, it's going to really optimize the depth of your split squat. Now, again, using Jill as the example, she's got much longer legs. She might not be able to kiss the ground with that back knee because it might be too deep for her, stay right there, for her leg length, right? Because her legs are so much longer. 12 reps and relax. Next exercise, we have got that heavier single dumbbell. Hold it in your left hand. Feet are under your hips so they're kind of narrow. Left hand at your side. Right hand at your head. Draw that dumbbell towards your knee and contract upwards. 12 reps here. Remember, this is a great ab exercise that I don't do very frequently. You're going to feel a stretch when you're bent over. And then I want you to really think about activating into the side here to pull that dumbbell up. This is basically a strengthening exercise for the abs where we're using the added resistance. 5 or 8 pounds to get you started until you're really solid with this exercise. Remember, pretend there's a wall at your back. And one more. And relax. Keep your feet where they are. Just switch hands. Dumbbell in the right. Hand at your head. Other side. And draw into the sides of the body. Here. Activate that. So from here, continue here. This side of your body is pulling you up. That's the strength training of this exercise. And that's why we're using the dumbbell, is to increase the resistance on your torso. Big pull. Yep, tummy drawn in. If this actively and overtly bothers your back, please do not do it. Choose an alternative ab exercise or take a little break. One more. We're going to take a short rest, and then we're going to do our second set of these 2 exercises. So this set's a little longer because there are 2 unilateral exercises. So we've got right leg, right side, left side. So ultimately this superset is 4 sets in a superset. So it's a longer superset, which I love. Just makes the workout a little bit harder. So for that second set of split squat, how did the first set feel? Was it doable? If so, grab yourself a heavier dumbbell and let's go. Second set, split squats. You're going to start with your feet together. Bend your knees, lower your center of gravity. Take that foot back. It's not a huge step, by the way, but you're on the ball of your back foot. You do want that heel lifted. You ready? Here we go. 12, sitting straight down, focusing on that front leg. Tummy drawn in. Press into your front heel. Super tall. Keep your chest lifted. Press and focus on your front leg. That is the leg that we are working mostly on this side, front leg. And same on the other side. Okay, feet together, bend your knees. Take a step back. Even though both legs are working, this is more of a front leg exercise. Push up onto that toe in the back. Here we go. Straight down and up. You're probably going to notice that one leg does this better than the other. One leg might feel weaker. One leg might just feel kind of wonkier, just kind of not as smooth. And that's normal. Totally normal to have one leg that can do this comfortably and really well, and then one leg that is just a bit harder or a bit more awkward. Totally normal. 12 reps. Chest stays up. And one more. Okay, going into that lateral flexion. Grab your heavier dumbbell. One of them, left hand, left side, right hand at your head. Feet not too wide. Use your core to lower that dumbbell towards the knee. Use the opposite side of the core to pull it up. Dumbbell to knee, draw it up. 12 reps here. You can certainly do more if you want. Really draw your tummy in and imagine you've got a wall at your back so that you are coming straight to the side and that you're not bending over, you're not bending back. You are perfectly in alignment with that wall at your side. Nice and true lateral flexion. 12 reps. Remember to breathe. One more. Switch hands. Dumbbell at your right, hand at your head, dumbbell to the knee. Keep your chest lifted. Draw in through your tummy. You're going to feel that pull on this side. This contracts to bring that dumbbell up. That's why it's a weighted exercise. If you're familiar with this exercise or know that this exercise is safe for you, you can go heavier. You could do 10 or 15 pounds with your dumbbell here if that feels best for you. Take your time though. If this is newer for you, take your time and move a bit more slowly. One more. And relax. No. Short break. Take a rest. Walk it out. Jill asked if you feel the exercise here in your lower back, does that mean you're weak? No, it doesn't mean you're weak. It just means that you are actually activating your core very well. So when you draw in through your core very actively, you're going to feel the muscles of your lower back. So if you're doing an exercise and you feel those muscles in your lower back, that's a good thing, as long as it's not overt pain. Obviously, we don't want you to feel overt pain in your back, but you should feel the muscles of your back engage and be involved. Last superset, 2 exercises. We got a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, ab combo. Let me show you these 2 exercises. We're starting with a more advanced plank exercise. You can adjust this as you want. I will show you how to adjust it. But we're going to start in a plank position with your hands directly under your shoulders. Hands are going to come over under your shoulders, and you're going to come into a proper plank position with your feet separated. We're going to lock off, and you're just going to tap your shoulder. You're going to shift sides and tap your shoulder, trying to minimize the side-to-side lean. You don't want to do a lot of side-to-side leaning. You want to lock it off and just tap your shoulder. Tap your shoulder, okay? And we're only going to do 10 on each side, so it'll be 20 in total, 10 on each side. Second exercise is one of my favorites of all time. You're going to be on your back. You're going to press your elbows into the ground to ground and activate yourself. One leg up, other leg up. You're going to lower one leg and then switch the other leg. One leg stays up while the other leg goes down. You really draw in through your abdomen to really anchor yourself to counterbalance the weight of each leg. You ready? Let's start with that plank. So come to hands and knees. Hands are under your shoulders, okay? Right under your shoulders, maybe a hair wide, and let's take a step back into plank. Feet are definitely separated. You want to give yourself some separation. Ready? Lock off through your core. Just tap your shoulder and switch. Moving faster. Yes, you can absolutely modify. Great question. You can modify this if it's too intense by coming to your knees and doing it from here. Absolutely. If you're doing it here, you can either have your toes on the ground or feet lifted. I do think toes on the ground is going to give you a bit more stability there. Yes, if you are here and you're shifting your weight a whole lot to do it, bring your knees down. We want you really locked off with as minimal movement side to side as possible. 10 on each arm. You're modified, friend. That's okay. Absolutely. And relax. Let's go to that next ab exercise. You're on your back, 90 degrees at your elbows. You're pressing your elbows into the ground. Draw your tummy in. One leg up, other leg up. Lower one leg to the ground. 10 on each leg. Totally fine to have your knees a little bent. Okay, if this is just too much for you, too intense, or you feel limited by your flexibility, just bend your knees. Okay? I love this exercise, and I'm good at this exercise. If you are the same and you've got good flexibility, you want to lock off those knees. The more you can lock off your knees, the harder this is. Okay? You also really want to keep this top leg way up over your body. You want as much space here as possible. Not here, all the way up here. And switch, okay? One comes up, the other goes down. And listen, it's a-okay to bend your knee if you need to. Over time, you'll notice that as you open up the knee and lock out the leg, it's a lot harder. You'll get there if you're not there yet. Tummy draws in. Heel taps the floor very gently. All of the counter contraction and strength is here in your tummy. Draw into your abdomen, elbow presses into the ground. 10 on each leg, then bring your knees to your chest. Short little rest. Take a deep breath, a little recovery here for a few seconds, and then we're going to go into our second set. Tell yourself you're doing well. And relax, roll to your side, sit up, take a moment, get ready, and we're going to go into our second set, coming back to that plank with the elbow tap. Remember, you can modify by bringing your knees to the ground if that's better for you. You can even do a few in the full elevated position and then a few with your knees on the ground. Maybe you do 4 in full extension and 4 with your knees on the ground. Absolutely okay. This is your workout. I want you to be challenged. I want you to challenge yourself. But you also want to be safe. The last thing, no, your butt should not be super high. So if you're in a full extended plank position, you don't want your booty super high. Okay, drop into that booty so there's a direct line from your shoulders to your ankles. Really locking it off, as little movement as possible from left to right. Draw those abs in, dropping down to your knees if you need to. Remember, 10 on each side. Great ab exercise. So make your abs look and feel amazing. It's a great functional exercise. And relax, coming onto your back. This is one of those ab exercises I love because it makes this part of your abs, that kind of top definition, really pop, which we love. And then when you pair it with this second exercise, this is focused more on your lower region of your abdomen. Elbows into the ground, one leg up, other leg up. You're ready? 10 on each side. So, you don't have upper abs and lower abs. It's a collection of 5 muscles, but we can emphasize which region we're using more. So on that plank exercise, we used the upper part of your core muscles a bit more. They got a bit more emphasis. This exercise, we get a bit more emphasis on the lower abdomen, but both exercises are addressing your core in totality. If it's too much, bend those knees. No shame in that bent knee game. And then as you get better, you just over time extend your legs so that your knees are fully open, and you'll see it's a very different exercise. It really gets into the deep core. It also incorporates the hip flexors to strengthen them, which is actually a very important muscle to strengthen. Tummy drawn in, use your breath. 10 on each leg is 20 in total. And relax. Knees come into your chest. Give a nice hug to release those hip flexors in your lower back. And let's just roll side to side. Just take your knees side to side, bringing some compression, knees into the chest, compressing those legs in, releasing out the lower back. While we're here, let's do a couple cool down exercises here. Bring your feet to the ground. Take your right leg up over your left leg. I call it a dinner table cross. Right leg over your left leg. Take your arms out to the sides. Draw your tummy in. Let your knees come over to your left. So right leg over your left leg. And then let your knees gently relax over to your left side, coming into a spinal twist, keeping your abs really drawn in, working your right shoulder towards the floor. Left knees towards the floor, right shoulder towards the floor, gently. Please make sure that you are very gentle here. Draw your abdomen, knees come in, keep the feet on the ground, rest for a moment, tummy drawn in, left leg up over the right, dinner table cross, nice and tight, left leg over the right, relax the knees to your right, falling into position. Once you're there and it's okay for you, don't push your knees down. Let gravity release your knees down, and then simultaneously release your left shoulder towards the ground. Abdomen drawn inward, knees releasing and relaxing, moving closer to the ground, deeper into a spinal twist as your left shoulder releases towards the ground. Enjoying that awesome spinal twist. Contract into your abdomen, pull your knees to center. Uncross, letting your feet rest on the floor for just one moment. And then I want you to roll to your side and you're going to sit up. And when you sit up, you're going to somewhat naturally kind of sit into a split position, right? So I want you to sit here, knees opened out to the sides, and just sit and relax in. I want you to work towards bringing both of your hips down to the ground, okay? Relaxing it out, dropping those hips, really dropping into the hip of the leg that's out to the side. So if you're mirroring me, that would be your left leg. You drop into your left hip if you're mirroring me, okay? And most of us are a bit restricted here. Everybody's a little bit different. This is an incredible, incredible hip mobility exercise. Ease away from that leg and let's just switch sides. Just flip-flop, sit up nice and tall, and then relax and just let your pelvis sink down towards the ground. You're going to notice one side's tighter than the other. Once again, really drop that hip down to the ground. So off camera, Jill is laughing because her whole hip is like all the way up. She's so tight that she can't even get this hip down. And that's normal, right? That's why this exercise is so helpful. Yes, too much sitting time, too much time at the desk. Not enough mobility time. Really drop into that hip, okay? Sinking it down in. And it is normal. It's so normal for this to be intense, and it's normal for you to be up and out. So I'm not even perfect at this. I'm pretty close. But even for me, like I've had to really work this over time. This is something I do probably every other day, every week. And then relax and just bring your feet out in front of you. Let's come for a nice inhale up, exhale it out, and just let yourself release towards your legs. Just let your back do what it wants. If you want to round out to come into a forward bend, if you're able to really bring your chest all the way down to your legs coming into a full forward bend, go for it. Really reaching out, releasing down. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, let yourself relax to the ground a bit more. And then one more time, big inhale. Exhale, release, moving your chest closer to your knees. And relax and release up. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you'd like to join me for a live workout, come on over to hollyperkins.com/free workout. Just put your name and your email in and I'll send you a message and you can join us for a live workout on a coming Sunday. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.